Well, I'm sorry, but
what are you doing to your boobs?
I'm trying to find,
you have to watch this on YouTube.
I'm trying to find money.
Oh, yes. Give me your titty money.
Well, everybody gets my titty money.
Oh, ooh, hey now.
There is no money that I have owned that has never touched my nipples.
I gotta just ask. Do you ever have the moment? Okay, at the time we're recording this podcast. By the way, welcome to the Scott and Allie Not For Air podcast.
Yep.
Apparently, I have a text message that happened to come in right now.
Here's the behind the scenes for you.
That, yes. At the time we're recording.
Wait, that happens on the air too. Scott, your audio's on, your phone's on.
Yeah. At the time we're recording this, there is a I'm going to say company luncheon happening in our big conference room. We have a huge conference room here.
Yeah, nobody told us.
Well, I was told. Oh, wait, they didn't tell you?
Well, no, they told me the food was coming in, but then the food got here and nobody said, hey, should we ask if Scott and Allie would like to come down now? Like, how is that for morale?
Well, I mean, we do have a tendency to take over a room. Maybe they wanted a few minutes in there. I don't know. But you know what? I didn't even, this is going to sound terrible. I don't mean to make it sound antisocial. I didn't even want to walk in to even get a cookie. I saw you came out with a cookie.
I did.
And I almost sent you back to get me a cookie.
I couldn't help myself. Well, we had a guest come in earlier this week that we were interviewing, and she was talking about her company, how they went to, didn't they go to like Niagara Falls together or something? Remember the woman from Casa?
Oh, yes.
And she was talking about all the fun things that they did. We never do any of that morale boosting stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. Scott and I do so many fun things. Like, that's great. Him and I bond all day long, all morning
it's
long.
It's endless bonding.
Right. I mean, if you think about it, it's true. Like, which is great for us. Like, all morning long, we're talking and laughing. We go to we go to Pumpkin Express, or we go to Tagsylvania, or wherever we go, and we're having a good time, and that's wonderful. But then we're not bonding with other people that we work with. And
I mean, they come in and visit and ask us questions at the worst times, but that's about the most bonding we get.
That's what I'm saying. I really hate that there is no bonding activities here in our building. Now, maybe you don't want them, but I would like to get to know some of my coworkers.
Well, this is going to sound terrible. I just did. Now, here's the thing. We have a guest in from a different market, if you will.
Yes. Who
we both like and get along with and only see once in a while. But it was just the whole full room. I just did not want to go in because, whatever conversation is going to be happening, if I just wanted to sneak in and grab a wrap, let's say, even though I just ate a salad, but just grab a wrap because, I'm never really full.
Right.
And then it would have been like, hi, Scott. Hi, how are, and then, I didn't feel like getting into the conversation. I really didn't. I just wanted to be here with you folks.
Honestly, I just went and got a cookie. So one person did stop me and was like, oh, look at this text message I just got. And that was it.
Was it a big dick?
Oh, God, no. Our coworkers, we're not like exchanging dick pics. I mean, not that we wouldn't, but like.
See?
Probably not in a luncheon, Scott.
No, there's a couple that may not know the borders of what's okay and not to show you. Show you, that is. I don't think they'd be like, whoa, look at the D pic I just got.
What I think is funny, though, and this is, now I'm sounding really salty about this, is that, like you said, we have a guest in from out of market. So they get the lunch, they do the thing while she's here. Like, oh, okay, so now you want to pretend the bullshit like we do this and like we have this high morale. No, we don't.
Well, it's not low morale, but it's
just not low. But we don't do it really unless there is someone visiting from out of market. So I want to be like, take that money or take some of the money and let's go axe throwing or let's go wherever. Let's go to a pumpkin patch. That is my one thing. If I was in management, I would 100% change.
Okay, I see. We got two different things going.
Yeah, you got me on a soapbox on this one.
I did. I put your feet right up on that, which that's fine. I didn't feel like putting forth that effort myself. I just didn't feel like going in there and I just didn't feel it. And I'll wait till the food hits the kitchen.
I'm the opposite. I don't want to do everything with coworkers. I don't need to hang out with you all the time. And I know we do a lot of weekend events anyway.
We hang out all the time.
Yeah, we do a lot of weekend events. But again, that's us working. That's all. I always tell this to my friends too. They'll come to a trunk or treat or a Halloween party. And I'm like, but that's not us hanging out. I'm still working. I'm not enjoying it as a consumer because I'm worried about entertaining the room. So that never gets to count as us hanging out.
You know, it's funny because people, I think you and I hang out all the time outside of work stuff.
Yeah.
And we really don't.
Try not to.
Right. Yes. We aim for zero. No, but the thing about it is, I think, well, all right, I know you have your life going on. You have Zach, you have the new house, you have things going on. You have your circle of friends that are not employed here. And then flip side over, I have my kids. We're busy. It's the three of us doing, what we do. Excuse me. And, it's difficult. So, but the funny part about it is, and maybe this is the key to our success. So we do very well doing all the things we do together work-wise. The show, never a problem. We always have a good time. The podcast, here we are, doing live broadcasts or appearances, things like that. No problem whatsoever. It's rare when we get together, but here's what's smart about it. We don't force that and do it too often, because anytime we've been together out of work and it's totally not work related, we end up having a really good time.
Definitely. It's a balance.
I think if we tried to do that, and it's not that I don't like you as a person outside of work, I think if we tried to do it too much, we wouldn't enjoy what we're doing as much.
I agree. And I've told that to people time and time again, that I just see a lot of you. I spend more time with you than anyone else. And it's good.
Thank God I'm rubbing off.
Right. It's good. It doesn't need to be any more than that all the time. But our other coworkers, though, what if I wanted to get, yes, I could take the initiative to say, why don't we do a happy hour and invite everyone? I just think it's funny, the act that's going on right now.
Well, all right. So you have that feeling on it. I just need to know, do you think I'm being rude by not going in? And even
they didn't even invite you.
Well, they sort of did.
Oh, but once the food got here, it's not like you're a thought right now. I'm sorry, but you're not. Wow. So no, it's not rude, because you're not. I don't think they're like, oh my God, where's Scott? We miss him so much.
Yeah, clearly, if they did, they'd let me know that I could come in for a wrap right now.
Right? Exactly.
Okay, so I'm really not rude by not doing it. Now, here's the thing. Just to show you that I'm not being avoidant or being rude, I will, before I leave, say hello to our guest that's visiting, but it's going to be, hey, just wanted to say hi. Got to go get the kids off the bus, but hope you're well.
Well, you don't even know her that well, right?
Well,
I don't. I mean, no. I definitely, I say hi to her. We hugged already today. When I
got a hug?
Oh, yeah.
You got a hug and a cookie. I didn't even get to the foods here.
Wendy, her name's Wendy, is our guest.
She's actually a sweet lady. I don't have a lot of contact with her, but every contact we've had has always been nice. I feel like we are, how can I describe this? We click. We're good colleagues. And we're just far away colleagues, but we're good colleagues. And I want to maintain that every time I see you, I enjoy seeing you. And look, hey, we're having a great time, because that's who she is. She's a wonderful woman.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I want with some of my even other coworkers.
Right. Well, and I don't even have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with the other coworkers. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, maybe you do. Maybe you're going to jump back on that box and be like, well, let me tell you about the situation.
No, I wish I had a better connection with them. I wish I had more of a connection with them that like I have with you.
Yeah, I understand.
I have one other coworker, actually two other coworkers that I feel really close with. One of them, ironically, her name is Wendy too. Mm-hmm. So her and I talk on the phone, and so we will occasionally do stuff, not a ton. But the other one is Samantha, and her and I absolutely feel like she is a good confidant.
Sure.
So I don't need everyone to be a confidant, but I would like to see more morale boosting.
Well, and for me, I'm glad that you don't think I'm being rude by not wanting to dive into the pool, if that makes any sense. Like, the pool was busy. Mm-hmm. I just didn't feel like diving in with that many people. And I know that sounds really weird, considering we're more or less extroverts by our work and what we do.
I don't know if I would ever have the same relationship, though, because I am the ball buster 100% between the two of us, right?
Sure.
And just a few minutes ago, I was busting your balls, not even in front of your face, but I would never hide it from you. So
you're going to tell me what you did behind my back?
Yes.
Here it comes.
So I was looking to make change for, I got some fudge and some other things from your kids' fundraisers.
Yes.
So I went to a store to try to make change, and they said they couldn't make change for me. So then I came back here and I gave you, I owe Scott $52. And he was like, well, I've got Lydia's money here and I have Scott's money there. Now, what I wanted to say.
Gavin's money, by the way.
What did I just say?
Scott.
Oh,
I know
sorry.
he looks a lot like me with hair and younger. But.
Sorry. I have Lydia's money here and I have Gavin's fundraiser here. What I wanted to say is, here's your $52. You figure it out.
Well, you could have.
I did it. I was like, okay, I'm going to try to now break this 20 so I can give you. So I gave you Lydia's money and okay, now I need to give you Gavin's money. And so I went back to one of our coworkers and I said, good thing only 3 people bought from Scott, because everybody thinks he's got the single dad thing put together. But if anybody else bought from him, he would lose his dang mind. He can't figure out a school fundraiser.
Well, we talked about this on the show.
I know.
And our friend / listener that I've known for literally over 30 years, Heather had said, she goes, just pay for it all and collect the money.
Yes.
Well, now, you know me. I mean, if somebody owes me money, I am like a mob boss. I'm coming after you with a baseball bat and I'm going for your kneecaps.
No, listen. And so this is Scott today. Like, it's almost like this is the only thing that he can concentrate on. So he's got the fundraising sheet, right? And so he keeps on walking around like, okay. I'm like, I want to be like, it's 3 people. And he just keeps on walking around. Okay. Okay.
I had to make change for Jim, and I almost thought I was going to lose my mind.
See, yeah, okay, you can make change. Fine.
And then I
make
thought
change.
to myself,
But
wait, am I losing $2 in this deal?
I feel like I did my part. I bought the stuff. I have the money. But no, you're like, now I'm trying to make change for this whole thing. I'm like, why is this becoming my responsibility?
Why did you take it on yourself? You
Because you're the one that you're like, well, I have Gavin's here and I have Lydia's here, so we gotta break up the money. We gotta break up the money. And I was like, my God.
Let me explain this one to you. So you know how we have the phrase on the show, filth is in the mind of the receiver, not the giver? That's a classic Scott Nallyism that we've used forever, usually when we get in trouble.
Yes.
Filth is in the mind of the receiver, not the giver. This one was 100% on you. I was just making a statement. You're the one that leapt into action and said, I'll break the 20. You could have just been like, well, good luck.
I thought I should have, because I thought that
I should have. Now,
I thought you were
can't
saying,
hold your guilt against me because you leapt into action, thought you were being nice and helpful, and now guilted on me and say, no, you could have just been like, well, here's the money. Yeah, that's all you had to do. You're the one that took the initiative. Why is that my fault? Why are you blaming me?
Because I thought by you saying to me, oh, well, I got Lydia's packet and I have Gavin's packet, I thought you were saying, like, I need you to break this up.
Hold on. Before we go any further, is this the way you and Zach argue? I just have to know because
we are terrible arguers.
I'm about to hit you with another line.
It's so bad. The way we argue, it's very annoying, actually, is that he usually will just stop with like, no, I'm just not doing it. No.
He puts up the boundary and that's it.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And then, I mean, we got into it. I wouldn't say a huge fight the other day, but we got into it enough on something that I was giving his parents another tour of our house because they came in when we hadn't even moved in.
Yeah.
So now we had furniture and they had given us we had inherited some furniture from them. So I wanted them to see it. So then I was telling them about this argument we had, which I know normally I wouldn't do, but his parents brought it up. So I thought, okay, they know the situation. So then I gave them my side and his mom was like, not everyone sees it that way, but I totally understand what you're saying. And I said, yeah, the person who doesn't see it that way is your son. So,
what did you do?
Yeah, exactly. So now, I just feel like sometimes fighting with Zach is like fighting with a brick wall. I just want to like bang my head against it.
Because you and I are having a good back and forth here. And even though we've just calmed the situation, I'm bringing it back up again. So you're the one that leapt into action to go break the money. Even though I didn't say you had to, I just was going through looking at this. And then you applied in your head, oh, the single dad thing. He's got that all figured out, but he can't figure out a fundraiser. So you've layered all these things in there. I could have dealt with it. You took the action and you went and dealt with it.
Okay, then give me my money back that I gave you. And
Did you even give me money yet?
Yeah, I gave you $14.
Where?
I owe you. See,
you didn't even give it to me yet. No,
he can't.
This is the money right here. You did not give it to me.
I gave you Lydia's.
Oh.
See, he can't even handle it, folks.
Look at this, envelopes.
He can't. Yes, exactly. You can't even handle it, though. You don't even know that I gave you Lydia's money. Remember, you gave me $2 back.
Yes, you gave me Lydia's money.
See?
So what did you give me for Lydia? I gave you how much back? What is this?
You gave me $2 back.
Oh, that's the $2 I knew I was missing out of my own personal account. Forget you. I'm not giving you this money back. You can figure it out. You started this process. You figure it out. You took yourself down this road. You finished driving it.
Well, and then I went to get change.
Where's Gavin's money, by the way?
Well, that's what I'm trying to get. I was trying to get change, and I went to the lady at the front office, and she's like, I don't have any change.
Bullshit. And she gave me change an hour before.
She said, she goes, I only have change for a 10, not a 20. I'm like, well, that doesn't help me right now.
Hold on. I can get you 2 10s for a 20, and then you can go up there and get change for a 10. We can get this worked out.
Here we go.
All right.
This is working out.
Now we got it figured out.
All right, give me 2 10. Here's the 20.
Hold on. Let me get the 2 10s. There's 5. Oh, there's a 10. All right. There's 5, 2.
You got this?
3.
Are you sure?
Oh, shit. I don't think I have 2 10s. Well, wait a minute. How do we do this now? Let's figure this out. Because I have a 10 in my wallet.
How we're going to do it is you're going to give me the $14 back. I'm going to give you the 52. You split it up. You figure it out.
No. You started this. You're finishing this. And damn it, it's happening live in the podcast. I'm about ready to open the door and start yelling for Laura. All right. I have just taken the cash that...
What's she going to do?
Well, she's the one with the change. So... I have the $10 that I took out of Lydia's. This is like a word problem.
Oh my
I took $10 out of Lydia's envelope right here because I have to give you 2 10s for a 20. Right. So we got to make this work now. Here's the 10 from Lydia's. Okay, putting that down. I have a 10 from my wallet, which is the rarest thing that I ever have.
Okay, then give it to me.
Okay, but so I'm giving you 2 10s. What am I going to do with that 20?
Well, I'm going to give you money for Gavin. So here, give me the...
But I don't have a way to break up Gavin's because that's all 20s.
This is not my problem. This is not my problem.
This is not going to work. The money's going back in. I tried. I'm done. I'm going to play a Zach card. I'm not arguing about this anymore.
And that's what he does. No, we're done. The other day...
We're done.
This is something so stupid too.
Thanks for the hint on how to beat you in an argument.
It makes me so mad. I have this big mural of Junior and I in our living room, and
that should be an argument in itself.
And he comes in, no. And I said yes, yes, and he said it's not staying here. And I'm like, but it fits perfectly there.
Well, it might fit, but that does not mean you get to acquit.
Basically. This is Zach's world. I'm just living in it. And I'm trying to buck the system as much as I possibly can. But gosh dang it, it's killing me. What are you doing? Oh, look at him. He's hurting his brain. You're trying to use math.
I better make sure there's $38 here. Let's see. So there's 10,
I didn't give
15,
you the 38
16,
yet,
17,
you dingling.
18. Oh, there's 20.
I gave you Lydia's. I gave you
That's
the 14.
right. I'm making sure that I have a $38 in cash because Wendy wrote a check. So there's 30.
And who writes checks anymore?
5, 6, 7, 8. All right, I got all Lydia's money. All you got to do is get your favorite child's money together. And
I know, $38 for Gavin.
Yep. But was it $38 on both? You managed to spend 38. No, you spent 14 on Lydia. That tracks.
Well, I'm sorry for that.
What are you doing to your boobs?
I'm trying to find.
You have to watch this on YouTube.
I'm trying to find money.
Oh, yes. Give me your titty money.
Well, everybody gets my titty money.
Oh, ooh, hey now.
There is no money that I have owned that has never touched my nipples.
I have 15, 16. God dang it. I'm $2 shy of being able to break your 20.
Yeah, where is my other... Okay,
did you want to just dump them out on the podcast? She just went like literally knuckles deep to her belly button from the top of her shirt.
Tell everyone your other little thing that you're experiencing in your singledom besides not being able to handle a freaking fundraiser.
I'm handling it fine. I've only let 3 people order from it, so I'm not getting out of control here.
And now I'm missing a 20.
Isn't that about the way it goes?
Seriously.
Isn't that about right?
Yeah.
Bitching me out. Now you don't even know where you put your own money. Wait, you didn't give me the 20, did you yet?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Did I accidentally?
No, I don't think you did, but I'll bring back out the fundraiser money. This might be the stupidest podcast we've done. We're counting fundraising money on the podcast.
Well, yeah, because you can't handle life. Okay, now, so tell everybody your other thing.
So I found something. All right. So you said it best. Scott's in a single season. Single dad, single season. Love the single.
Oh, he loves throwing out that single dad as much as he possibly can, too.
I gotta tell you, I'm enjoying the hell out of myself. I really am. Like it. You've told me.
I think you say it so often so you can find a future ex-wife because you're constantly like, oh, single dad, and every girl in the twin tier is gonna be like.
Yeah, right. Like that's going to happen. Wait till they take a look at this face. So here's the thing about it is, you had told me for years I needed to get a hobby. Do you remember this? You're like, Scott, you need a hobby. How many times?
Yes.
Well, I now have a hobby, 2 of them, right? And I really am enjoying doing all the stuff that I'm doing.
That's not a hobby. But.
No, but I'm applying it to the sense of it takes the time now for me to be able to do what I'm doing, and it's like hobby time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I'm not doing a hobby, I'm doing this.
It's your season for this too.
But I've found personal growth. I have said this before. I can no longer walk into a room and put something off that I would have said, I'll get to folding the laundry later. No, I've got to do it. When I've got to do it, I got to do it. I got to get it done because the next thing will happen. And if I don't stay ahead of it, I'm going to regret it because I'm going to be playing a horrible catch up at midnight, having to get up at 4 a.m. for the show. You see what I'm doing? Like I'm living life smarter for the first, like full responsibility.
For the first time.
All right, well, you call it whatever you want. I've been a provider for a lot longer.
You're the one that said it. I just repeated it.
I didn't even finish saying it. You just took it all the way. But anyway, that's here nor there. This is the most arguing podcast we've had in so long. So are you going to make fun of me if I tell you something that I'm experiencing that's sad? Are you going to make fun of me? Because if you are, I can't do this.
Yes. I mean, of course I'm going to make fun of you. But that is my love language. No, that sounds like a very bad Tinder profile. No, I think that I can be empathetic. I think that we'll talk about it seriously now, and then I might make fun of you later. Okay.
So the most I'm going to say at present about the fact that I've become a single dad, I think that's 3 times that I've said it in this podcast. But the most I'm going to say about it right now is the carpet was pulled out from underneath me with the relationship. Okay. That's the most I will say about this situation right now. Am I to say that,
but you're better for it, right?
I don't know yet. I mean, I'm still growing through, everything. Here's where I'm experiencing the problem. You used to make fun of me, and you still will, that Scott has no emotions, except maybe laughter, but I'm not very big on emotions, right? And showing that.
I only saw him cry once or twice, and one of them was seeing an old friend at a NASCAR event, and I was like, "This is what's making you cry." I thought that was funny. I hadn't seen
the person in 28 years. Well, no, it wasn't that long, but it had been a long time, and it was just a total surprise that they appeared out of nowhere. And it was like, "Oh my God!" And a lot of memories came flying back because, well, no, I'd actually seen them recently. Beyond that, or after that, because it was her ex-husband who was my best friend. So we saw each other at the funeral, but I thought, I'm never going to see this person again. That's that. And then suddenly they appeared and it was like, oh my God. So yeah, that happened. I was always a person that suppressed a lot of emotion when it came to whether it's sadness, whether it was, those sort of feelings. I don't know if I came from a generation that guys just don't cry that much. I don't know what it was. I mean, but I feel like I wasted a lot of time by not having a good cry, because there is not a damn day that goes by now that I don't get a good cry out at some moment. I've had times I've had to go down to the far end of the house to the other bathroom, shut the door because I didn't want the kids to know.
Oh, please tell me you are shower crying.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, I'm so good at shower crying. So this is when I was in a relationship.
How sad is your life?
Oh, I love shower cries, car cries. Those are the best places for crying.
I can't do it in the car because then everybody in there. No, I think I have recently cried in the car now that I think about it.
Yeah. So, I mean, nobody knows you're crying. I mean, I guess if you're like wailing away.
Hay fever.
Yeah. But who cares? Like you're in your own little box. But shower cries, I love crying in the shower because that's where I think the best and think the most is in the shower. But also when I was in a relationship with a kid and we were having very tumultuous times, I didn't want the child to see me cry either. So I would cry in the shower.
Oh, all right.
And then I would come out, and of course I'd be so red. I'd be like, "Oh, hot shower,
hot shower."
Yeah,
I really steamed it up.
Yeah. So and then
I've had this, and that doesn't happen that often. But there are more days than not that there's not a few minutes where emotions hit, and really the emotions are two sets of emotions. Really, it all stems in one area. It's the failure to have what could have been. Okay.
Oh, yes.
That's tough. Now I know, listen, I will tell you right out. My therapist said it best. She goes, this is part of the grieving process.
Mm-hmm.
And it's different when you lose someone like, I lost my parent. You're all right over there. That sounded like you just blew your ass off.
No, it was my knee. My knee was, I was trying to adjust my legs.
Mid sad story from Scott. Allie rips a fart. But it tracks. Just go with it.
Not the first time.
So, it's part of and I never knew this really. I never thought about this. It's part of the grieving process. Now, when my parents passed away, and then, in a period of time, I lost my parents, I lost a grandmother, I lost an aunt, all within like a 2.5, 3 year span.
Mm-hmm.
And years ago, mind you.
Yeah.
That's different grieving. It's horribly sad. It sticks with you. You know it's there, but there's finality to it because it's not as though the person's out there doing whatever they're doing and living this different life and has decided to live a different life in a totally different direction.
Right.
And again, I'm not going to go into...
There's closure to your parents' death.
It is solid closure. Yeah, it's closure, all right, called a coffin closing. But there's that. So the other thing that I found happen, and it's the damnedest thing, I cannot watch a sad scene in a movie or a TV show now. If there's a death scene or something happens to a kid or something happens to a significant other, I'm a fucking puddle. It's terrible. Okay. Here's where you're going to make fun of me. Sometimes to pass the time, I will rewatch certain things. Just have it on
Picard.
Have it on in back. I'm going there. Have it on in background noise. The season finale of season 3 of Picard has a scene where Picard, who just found out he had his own son in this season, he didn't know for like 20 some years. It was kept from him. And in the last scene, he's essentially saving his son from the nemesis of the show. I'm not going to ruin it for you in case you want to watch it. Not you, asshole. But anybody else.
Spoiler.
And it's a very touching scene. It's one of these scenes where, and even Picard goes, "You have changed my life." I'm going to probably quote this. "You have changed."
Oh, I thought you were going to say I'm going to cry.
See if I can do the impression.
Oh my goodness.
"Jean-Luc Picard, you have changed my life. I don't know what it would be like without you.
Aw.
So I will stay until the end with you." And had they stayed, they would have both been taken over by the nemesis of this show. But it's at that moment the son realizes, oh my God, I need to get out of this situation and we need to save each other. And they do. Well, I think, in fact, that line was said. I think he goes, "You saved me," or something like that. I'm paraphrasing a little bit there, but it gets me. I'm sitting there crying. I'm like, oh my God, Jean-Luc, you saved your son. What is happening to me?
No, of course, because that runs parallel. Like you're a single dad now. Ding.
You're
4.
one for my 4.
Yeah, exactly. And so you and your children rely on each other, and you guys are going through some serious life together, even though they don't know what's going on because they're so young.
It's a minor.
Right, exactly. But regardless,
right,
you know what's going on.
But I think about them in that.
Right, exactly.
And what this is causing.
And that I think that they're saving you. I think that if you didn't have them and you were going through this breakup, that it would look a lot different. But you're right now essentially living for them, which is exactly what was like in the movie. They're talking about saving each other. Mm-hmm. So that's really so parallel to your life right now.
Yeah.
That would make me cry too, especially because I know what my kids are not me, but if I was in your position, I know what my kids are doing for me. And even though they don't know what they're doing for me.
I mean, I know that when a relationship ends, it is a death of sorts. It's, and again, because it is not the time or place to really go any further than, like I said in the beginning of telling this part of the story, when the carpet gets pulled out from underneath you and you are not prepared for it, you have to deal with a whole lot of different, elements to it. Now, I will tell you, thank God for the kids, because it has been a very positive way for me to refocus myself.
That's what I said. They're saving you.
Yeah. Oh, sure. I think we're doing it to a degree to each other because, like you said, they have been through some stuff. And
they just don't know the impact that they're creating right now.
No, but I know. And I know, even at the young age, I know what it will be like for them, which is why it's so important for me to get this fucking fundraiser right. See what I did right there? Now go break your 20, bitch, and I'll see you next week.
Bye.